when you step in, you're going to be looking at, okay, we need to take this to another level?
Oh, incidentally, I have been at the other missions, so it actually helps a whole lot. Because what we saw at Enugu is not particularly unique to Enugu. It's actually unique to the Nigerian circumstance. So there is a lot of need. A lot of people need help. As my medical mission chair says, which is Dr. Cliffeke, he says, we love to do medical mission. He's organizing it and doing a good job. But he says, we would love not to have to do medical missions anymore. So we truly do want to be able to have something sustainable. We would love private partner collaboration with ANPA. We've been talking to the government. We will continue to do that. So if we can have an established situation where we can go on a regular basis, I don't want to have to step into another village every year and hit the same challenges. Our drugs not getting there on time, not having adequate facility to do the work, running around to get people to know what you're doing, educating people. There's just a lot of need. So we would like to have good partners so it makes our life easier. We come in, do what we want to do. If we did 80 surgeries in 5 days, imagine, and this is with the challenges we had, imagine if no challenge, we have a good partner on the ground, we will do 200 in 5 days.
Okay, so back to you.
Yes.
In the area of advocacy. Yes. You said you had a day and a quarter.
A day and 3 quarters.
And 3 quarters with the government in Abuja.
Not 2 days.
Not two full days.
What did you come out of those meetings with?
I think they were very receptive to us because it's an ongoing dialogue. We've always met with them to actually be the voice of the people we interacted with during the missions, because the mission comes first, then the advocacy comes after that, intentionally, of course, because we want to take word back from the people that we have just interacted with, both patients and providers, physicians, nurses, and all that. And we started with the advisor to the president, because one, she's in charge of diaspora, two, she's very receptive to ideas coming from abroad. And we met with her first and discussed with her what we've been telling her about needs to involve the diaspora in healthcare. And we're working on an initiative, between her and the Federal Ministry of Health and the diaspora physicians worldwide, which is being championed by ANPA. It involves ANPA, it involves physicians in the UK, it involves physicians in Germany, as well as physicians in Canada. And as a group, we meet globally by Skype, and we're working on giving back to the country, working closely with the Honorable Advisor and the Federal Ministry of Health.
Okay. Dr. Adeyanju.
Yes, please.
Now, 80 surgeries, about 33 doctors who came in. I mean, that's a huge budget we're talking about.
Yes.
How do you get your funding?
ANPA is blessed.
Amen.
ANPA is blessed. We don't come up with all the
Typical
funding.
Nigerian answer. It's God.
ANPA is blessed. ANPA do not come up with all the funding. We are very strategic. We have a treasurer. We have a budget allocation. We have committee that will determine how much, as a non-charitable organization, we can actually spend toward this kind of mission. What we do is we identify really, really good partners that will partner with us. Our partner this year, she's Mrs. Doris Umanko, a wonderful host. She actually provides a majority of the accommodation for us. Our volunteers spend their own money. So this is where part of the funding comes, out of their own pocket. They take about 2 weeks off work, stop everything, stop their family in the United States, dip into their own pocket, pay for their own transportation, pay for everything out of their own pocket. So that's part of how we fund it. Wow. And then the organization spends some money on the officials, which means doing the advocacy part of it. But a lot of our funding comes from collaboration from the pockets of individual and very small budget that we do. So it's a labor of love, and we care so dearly for our country.
Wow, this is so touching. That you actually, what about the equipment that you use and everything?
Right, so the equipment we use also, we solicit some companies to help us with some of the equipment, but a lot of the equipment actually also come from individual, then ANPA then pay to buy a lot of the medication. Like we identify pharmacists here, we send them money to bring some of the money, to bring some of the medications in addition to what we are bringing. So
I assume that those 80 surgeries were FOC.
You're free of charge.
You're free of charge. Those 80 surgeries are multiple. I said,
free of charge.
Let me tell you, she was mentioning Dr. Cliff Eke, the head of our surgical mission. Our surgical team was at Regina Shirley Hospital. They were about to leave at 8 p.m. There was a young man, 22-year-old man, that was climbing a mango tree and fell down, and she ruptured his spleen. He was taken to a local hospital. There is no enough facility or something, to take care of him. So he was sent to Regina Shirley. Our surgical team happened to be leaving at 8 p.m. There was nobody on call. They said, oh, ANPA is there. When we saw this child, he already actually, when we saw this, this gentleman, he already actually had an ultrasound. There was blood in his abdomen, completely full on the peritoneum. So our team stood, worked on this young man, took the spleen out, saved his life, and the guy is now back home. So the guy would be dead if it wasn't ANPA that was on the ground.
I think that ANPA should actually make a whole loud noise when they're coming to Nigeria. Because I'm sure people, whichever part of Nigeria your mission is going to be in that particular year, people are going to fly over and make sure that they get ANPA attention.
Yeah. So also, talking about flying over, someone just sent in a tweet, and it says, how can one join the train? Because I'm a perioperative nurse. I'm a perioperative nurse specialist.
Excellent.
How can one join the train? And that Don Papito.
Right. So we do have a website called ANPA.org. People can communicate with us at ANPA.org. We have a blog. We have IT personnel that look into that, and we take all those suggestions into consideration.
We might need to clarify, because I think one of my colleagues Googled ANPA.org and got a different website altogether.
Oh my goodness.
So in your search, please be sure it's the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas.
Yes.
Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas.
And it's .org.
.org.
The other one's also .org.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
They have been .com.
Right.
Okay.
And just a bit more information, the mission of ANPA is to identify and stimulate interest in all matters affecting the health of Nigerians and other underprivileged people internationally, provide free healthcare opportunities for those less fortunate, and foster personal and professional growth of our members. Our vision is a healthier Nigeria in a healthier world. Noble.
Thank you.
A healthier Nigeria.
Dr. Shumbuwale,
Yes.
the last time you were here, you talked about some challenges. You talked about things that could be improved on. You're here. What's the difference?
I think we're getting more cooperation. That was one of the challenges. Our colleagues initially didn't really know what we were all about. And of course, the fear of what are these people up to? Or do they think we're coming to take their jobs? Do they think they're better than us? And I think as we worked closely with the Nigerian Medical Association, we have a very strong relationship with them. We actually met with their president after meeting with Honorable Abike Dabiri. We met with Professor Michael Grima, who is their president, who comes to our meetings.
If you can just hold your thoughts, we'll take a moment and we'll be back.
Thank you.